there guys, welcome back to the channel. I've just come back from TCAF in Toronto, and if you don't know what TCAF is, it is the Toronto Comic Arts Festival, and it's just a fantastic weekend that they have every year. It's held at the public library, and it's this amalgamation of all these fantastic artists who just come and share their craft, and there's workshops, and there's booths set up everywhere, and people have sketchbooks and comics and children's books and just all sorts of things. It's a great way to meet people, and I had a fantastic time, and I picked up a few goodies, and I also picked up some art supplies while I was down in Toronto. I thought I would share them with you. So while I was there, I went to my two favorite art stores, Above Ground and Curry's, which I don't have out where I live, so every time I head down to Toronto I always make sure I stop by. And I picked up some of the Winsor & Newton brush markers. And these are the watercolor brush markers. So they come with a brush nib as well as a bullet nib. And I grabbed a few different colors of pink. Excited to try those out. And then while I was out, I also picked up a whole bunch of Copics. I've been having a hard time getting Copics, which I think a lot of people have been having a hard time. I hear that there is just a shortage in supply. They're not able to supply as quickly as they're being consumed over here in North America. This is what they told me at the shop, at least, and that the creators in Japan want to keep it Japan made, so they don't want to outsource elsewhere because they want to keep the quality good, right? They want to keep it up to a Copic standard, which fair enough, that's a admirable way for a company to run, really, but it also means that there's a bit of a shortage. But while I was down, I went to, I got these at Above Ground. I got a whole variety of colors, which I'm excited about to add to my collection. And also while I was down there, I got some polychromos pencils, which is another thing I have a really hard time getting out where I live. Prismacolors are a lot more popular, but polychromos just not so easy to get. So again, while I was at Above Ground, I got a whole variety of them, which I'm excited to add to my colored pencil collection. And speaking of that collection, I needed a place to store it. It's growing, and I just was finding that it was difficult taking it in and out of the tin case that I had it in, and the smaller pencil case that I had just wasn't enough to bring it with me anywhere I wanted to go. So I picked up this pencil case at Above Ground. It's by Global, and it holds 120 pencils. And I've already got my Prismacolors in here, and they look so pretty. And then I've started putting some of my other pencil sets in here. So these are my Derwent Color Softs. These are the polychromos that I had already, the whole 5, and I'm about to add the new ones that I got to this collection. I'm really excited about this because it's portable and they're protected, and it's really nice. Nice leather. Excited about that. So something else I picked up recently, and this was kind of just by fluke. I was out looking in antique shops and I came across these newspaper prints about Norman Rockwell, and I'm such an illustration nerd, and anything by Norman Rockwell is just amazing to find. So this is an advertisement, sorry, this one is actually a story about his life. It's only half the story, unfortunately. I only got the one page. But this other one is an advertisement for prints of his paintings, and this is from April 22nd, 1961. Just kind of a really neat thing to find. I love Norman Rockwell. And then next, I come across, I believe this is an etching. So from what I understand, this would be, have ink put on it and then put through a machine and then pressed, and then you would take a print off this. This would be an advertisement for Eaton's. This is something that I can't print on my own. I need the machine actually to print it because you need that immense pressure to make the print work. Otherwise I would have given it a shot by now. I don't know exactly what year this is from. I'm still trying to do some research, but I'm excited to try and get a print off this. So while I was down at TCAF, I did pick up some things, namely Namesake. Now I did have this book already. I've had this for 2 years, and this is what I got last time I was down at TCAF, and it is by levay-heaton and Isabel Melancon, and I may be saying that right. I know she's French Canadian, so it's entirely possible that I've garbled that a little bit. But they signed it for me back in 2014. They gave me a nice little bookmark to go with it, and I read the story and I loved it, and I was wondering what had happened next. And while I was down there this time, I saw them again, and I was lucky enough to pick up Namesake again. And they gave me another nice little bookmark. And I read this already and I still have no answers, still complete cliffhanger, so looking for namesake number 3 whenever it comes out. Something else I picked up while I was there was this postcard. This is by Jimmy Geigerich, and he is an illustrator. And he just had this really amazing style with these really macabre style characters, but with intense, bright colors. His stuff was just amazing. His entire booth was just crowded, and I was lucky to snatch one of these cards, and off I went. I didn't get a chance to talk with him very much. And then I also picked up this sketchbook by Sweeney Boo, and she is actually from Paris. Is to sit and chat with me and sign her book, which was great. And she has all these incredible illustrations. They're just gorgeous. And I love sketchbooks. It's so interesting to see how people think and how they go about making their art. And they're just beautiful. I won't show you all of them, you can go look her up for yourself, and I'll make sure to link everything in the description below. If you're ever down in Toronto in May, you should definitely come by. TCAF is free, and it's always a great time. If nothing else, just for the people watching. There were so many interesting and exciting people and styles, and just, it was such a great, fun time. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. Right.